Hi class, Jolene here. Take a look at this headline. Don't murder your type. I know that sounds a little melodramatic, but I'm really quite serious about this subject, and so should you be. It has to do with squishing or stretching your type. Don't do it. It's not going to actually die, but it will hurt its feelings, and it will hurt the feelings of anybody who's looking at your type who knows anything about design. So let's see what some alternatives are. Let me make a copy of this, holding down Shift to drag it straight down, holding down Alt, and then to make a copy and then let it go. So this is what some people will do to make this type fit in this rectangle. They'll bring it in from this side and they'll bring it in from that side, and now it's squished. Now that actually has become a different font. If you want to have a font that is condensed, then you could go up here and choose bold condensed, and that's what it would look like. So don't do it yourself. Don't squish it. So let me offer you some alternatives. I'm going to undo this to put it back the way it was. And now one way we could do this is we could just change the font size. Change it to say 24. Now it fits pretty well. And I could now grab the corner, hold down Shift, and make it even a little bit smaller. Something like that. So now it fits, but it's kind of small. If it's supposed to be a headline, you want it bigger. So here's another alternative. Let me make another copy of this. And how about if we click here in the middle of these two, click on the Enter key on your keyboard, then select that chunk of type. Again, I'm going to drag it from the corner, holding down Shift. So I'm not murdering it. I'm making it bigger. I'm making it fit, but I'm not stretching it or squishing it. So now that's flushed, lined flush left. If I want it centered, I could just go like that from the paragraph panel, and then we have that. So that's a couple of ways of doing it. The other thing people will sometimes do, especially when they're new to graphic design, is they'll stretch the type to make it fit somewhere. And again, just like squishing it, you've now pretty much murdered the type. You've changed the nature of it. So again, don't stretch it. Choose a bigger font, divide it up. Figure out different ways for dealing with your type in its purest form so that you don't murder it. As I mentioned earlier, or maybe I didn't, I'll mention it now. There are exceptions to this rule. There are times when, for design purposes, you're going to want to manipulate the type by stretching it, by squishing it. But for the time being, and at least when you're first learning, don't do it until you know what you're doing and you're doing it for deliberate design purposes. Let's make our type be happy.